So good morning once again to this mini day of education 2. Allow me to share my screen. Just let me know in the chat box whether the screen is visible and am I audible to all of you. Give me a thumbs up if your cameras are on. Can you see me? Can you hear me clearly? Can you see my screen? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for the confirmation. So welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to this mini day of education. And we are here to do our annual ritual as usual. And let's begin. So today's session number 247 for me. We have sessions from 247 to 249 online sessions. I'm talking in these past years. You can say since I started lecturing from 2007 onwards, I have reached offline about 113. 113th workshop is tomorrow for me in Vijayawada. So, but online in these 3 years, I have almost reached 250. So welcome to this session and let's begin the proceedings. So as usual, all my presentations always begin with thanking the Lord Almighty who's given me much more than what I deserve. And of course, when it comes to finance, surely we're celebrating the day because of this man who happens to be my father. And of course, it would have been his 80th birth anniversary if he was there amongst us. But yes, if not realistically, he is virtually present with me and my family all the time and blessing us from wherever he is in the heaven. So this is my brief CV. You all are aware of it by now. And we will be doing these, you can say, webinars and lectures for the day on the 80th birth anniversary of my dad. These are mini day of education 2 webinars. We have the mini day of education on 30th of June. So this is webinar number 247. And again, as I have started recently, I'm delivering these in an offline way as I would be doing in a hall or a podium. I'm doing it straight from my recording studio. So wherever I've done it. So a few ground rules, a few requests, because the first session always takes about 10 minutes to start for the initial settings and all those things. So shift to PC or tablet if you are on telephone or if you are on mobile phone. So, and of course, grab a pen and a paper or a notebook. Writing is the best form of learning and finance is absolutely not learned by listening only. So try to remove all the distractions around you since we will be starting about in say 2, 3, 4 minutes after setting the context. So this session might go on till 5, 8, 10 approximately. I've planned that the learning continues for only 60 minutes, not beyond that, give or take 5 minutes here and there, depending on the flow of the topic or flow of the question that I'm in. So of course, try to learn from others' problems before yours gets answered. So, but yes, if my solutions don't appeal to you, I don't mind that. You're free to consult anyone else for your lecture. So this is the first webinar of the day at 7 a.m. So glad that so many of you are here. It actually is a blasphemy sometimes. So many people, of course, we have so many people in the community. A portion of that filled up their pain points. A portion of that registered and a little portion of that is attending. So it is a funnel kind of a thing. But again, the choice lies with you only. The problem is not that people are not interested. People these days have started enjoying victimhood. They feel blessed in being called a victim. Imagine anyone who's not earning from the clinic or who's not saving much from the clinic. He and his friends, of course, I'm talking from the boys. He and his friend go to a bar with a Patiala peg in their hand and they say, 3 months. I have not seen even a single rupee, you know. And the other one says, 3 months. Since COVID, 3 years, not seen a single rupee, not saved a single rupee. It becomes the ego battle. Who's more poor? And who is a bigger victim of this? The problem is not being in a victim. The problem is being called a victim, calling yourself a victim again and again. The problem lies in not taking an action for the problem you sought for, the solution you sought for. We don't get paid for these webinars. We do it as a part of our give back to the society. Me or in the WhatsApp sessions that Raghu and Rajat take, recently delegated this only to both of them in the month of June. So they try their level best. It is difficult to even make these kind of presentations. So you just have to listen and imbibe whatever you can. So that is the question, whether you will be taking action after this or not, or whether you will be still lying in that victim zone. We all know. So we all have the pain intensity. No pain to worst pain possible. Rarely one would be at 1 or 10. But all of us, including me, hover between 2 to 9. Somebody would have mild pain. Somebody would have very severe pain. Yes, occasionally, very rarely, people would be in 1 or 10, which I always call as exceptions. But everyone falls in 2 to 9. And of course, this is a finance pain point session. But you will be amazed to see so many practice-related points in this. So many people posted their practice-related points because they were related to their, you can say, their problems related to pain points. But as I always say, pain points are nothing new. If you have to define them specifically, they are just specific problems which any business would take to, you can say, or the either the owner or the customers of the business are experiencing. So we may think of them as simple problems, and they can often be grouped into several broader categories. In practice management, we did the below categorization when it did in 2022. I dealt with the pain points firstly on this date only for the 2022 season. We started with 2 sessions in the day, and ultimately we did 3 sessions over the course, 3 more over the course of the next 1 month or so. And those videos which I am posting now these days, or since the past 2-3 weeks in the practice management group, those are actually the sessions done in August, September last year. The pain points were posted in July. The sessions were done in August and September. So we changed the system in 2023 for practice management also. We made it in a different way, just telling you that we categorized into various heads. This time we did not categorize. We just tried to assimilate into different forms. We gave you this Google form. Name was optional. We never wanted to glorify an individual, to name shame anyone. It is a problem, and of course, people seek solutions to their problem. And if we can provide them with that without any charges, we don't really mind that. City of practice was needed because many problems are related to tier of practice. The years of practice that is intended. If I have people posting that even after 19 years, even after 15 years, they are facing these kind of problems, which are very basic and which should not be there absolutely after the first 3 to 5 years. And then we asked you, what is the pain priority? Many people did not answer that. Again, that was optional, but then that was the trap. That was the trap. We always deal with the high priority pain points first. So in this session also, we got about 220 or 230, 35 responses out of 2,000 potential 2,000 people in the group. So we got 230 responses, almost similar to practice management. Practice management had approximately 240, 245. So similar kind of responses, but some people filled in low, moderate, high. Some people did not fill anything. But yes, we asked you to do it because we wanted to deal with the higher ones first. Of course, name was not a problem. We wanted to all of you to post anonymously also. We know the names. We sometimes identify from the email also. But it's not about, say, knowing the individual or personally contacting them even. We don't want to name shame anyone in that sense. The problem is that finance also has problems. And most of those problems are deep-rooted in the practice management itself. So if we look at those things like a problem, then we ought to get a solution. But if we think that practice management is something else, finance is something else, you need to really ask yourself after this session again. Of course, not after this session, but after all the 3 sessions that I'm going to take. I'm going to break down a few parts very, very critically. And of course, before the survey, I gave you a few examples that some of us have an inverse relationship with money. The faster we earn, the faster it goes away. Then many of us don't know how to manage our clinic. Many of us don't know how to manage our personal money. Many of us don't understand taxation. Many of us don't understand investments. Many of us don't understand why we have to show more white income and pay more taxes. Why I am behind your life on every 15 June, 15 September, 15 December, and 15 March to pay advance tax. Why I am behind you to file your returns before 31st July. You'll get reasons and the answers in many of the questions. But then, having said that, some of us feel finance is not our job. It is CA's job. For a normal practitioner who's earning from 5 to 50 lakhs annually, 5 to 50 lakhs annually, you can file your return in less than 10 minutes yourself. Apart from the KYC, which is already pre-filled. If you have updated your account, updated your income tax login account, that is pre-filled. So leave aside the KYC. You don't have even 6 to 7 columns to fill in an ITR. Yes, you need the numbers. How much is your income? You should have the total number. But then that is a mandatory aspect anyways. We need to keep a track of the inflow of the income. That is the only requirement from income tax. Not the expenses, not the outgo, but the incoming or income, or the collection, or the payment received, whatever you want to call it. You need to have those proofs with you. Proofs means you have to issue receipt numbers manually, virtually, digitally, whichever way you want to. It does not mean कि आप रोज रसीदें काटो. You can issue numbers also to them. And with whosoever patient needs, you can print out a digital receipt. Digital receipts are as good valid as the physical receipts. But then we feel that yes, ye kaam hai. If you don't have pain for your money, nobody else will have. And some believe CA and CFA or FC, you can say financial advisor, they are the same person. No, they are totally different professions, like an endodontist and a oral surgeon. You can't compare an investment advisor with a chartered accountant. They are totally different. And of course, mostly pain points are from within the practice itself, from within the clinic itself. Management of money and lack of knowledge. So let's begin by debunking a few myths. But as usual, when I start, I put up a disclaimer. This is a special disclaimer which I have not put up before, which I'll be putting up in every of the pain point session from now on. The previous 2 pain point sessions that I took up on practice management on Guru Purnima day, so they didn't have it, but this will have it. What does it say? Majority of the pain points and questions are already answered itself in the form of YouTube videos. However, I will still try to answer them again to the best of my ability. I won't ridicule you. Why don't you watch YouTube videos? Why don't you open up? It's your choice. I've left that anger part out of it. I do sometimes get, you can say, really sad looking at why people are not worried about their own money. But again, it is a personal choice. Many practice management pain points were posted. Some had a relation, some did not have a relation. Some were posted out of ignorance because people didn't see the topic head. Some of the problems were there, but we'll still try to, if they are in the high category, we have tried to post it. The endeavor is to answer all high, moderate, and low in a series of whatever sessions it takes, 10, 15, 17, 20 sessions, whatever it takes. Of course, we'll take it step by step. I can't do 17, 20 sessions in one day. We'll do maximum 2 or 3 in the day only. As and when any occasion comes, we keep coming every month. In June, we came on the mini education day. In July on Guru Purnima day. In August on mini education of day, mini day of education 2. Probably September will come on Teachers Day. October we'll find some way. November maybe on Children's Day. We'll find out an occasion to put up webinars. The only thing required is your interest. If I don't see your interest, then I probably delegate like this to again someone else, because I have other things to look forward to as well. But again, the resources are in front of you. I will rename them without ridiculing anyone that why don't you watch it? It's your choice. I'll tell you how to search for it, how to use the prompts. And of course, my purpose is not that you are an idiot. Why didn't you see till now? The fact is that why I say to go on YouTube is don't ask for a Maggie noodle kind of an answer. Look out for a conceptual clarity so that that thing gets embedded in your brain. I can answer in one line, whatever query sometime put, but I prefer to post a YouTube video link, which hardly gets opened. I know that. If it is a short video, it may still get opened, but the numbers, you can say the response to the pain point sessions of the last year, which were so much requested and wanted, the numbers of the views are, do tell me how many people watch it, even from our own community. So whether you watch it or not, it is your choice. I'm not going to go into that part. So let's take, the only thing I would say is take action. Don't just listen and keep sitting and let it pass over your head. So with this, we need to understand what are the levels of pain points. 1 and 5 are, you can say, given up situations. People are disappointed and are okay using it. The 5s are, have lost the hope of finding a solution. We are dealing with 2, 3, and 4 today. The 2 are sad, but still use the existing product or still use the existing investment or still use the existing way to do it. 3, they are unhappy and are willing to make a switch, want to learn something. And of course, 4, ready for switch and searching for new solution. So I'm dealing with 2, 3, and 4 kind of people. If you are 1 and 5, you're resigned to your fate, you're eternal pessimistic, I can't really help it. It's your choice. So I'll be dealing with 2 to 4 people, those who have, as I said, 230 people filled in, about 70 odd registered, 2000 in the community, 230 filled it, 235 filled it, 70 odd registered for this, 22 apart from me, 23 are present here. So it becomes a funnel, how people trickle down to their own problems because they are disappointed. मैंने problem post कर दी, मेरा काम हो गया. Somebody can come and put in a spoon in my mouth and I'll get the solution. It doesn't work that way. Even I put in a spoon in your mouth, you still have to move your teeth and swallow it to take the food inside. I can't do the chewing on your part. I can maximally put a spoon in your mouth. Okay, go and invest in this. Okay, do this way. Use this hack. Use this tool. Use this software. I can only suggest that. Okay. So all high priorities to be first, followed by moderate and low. In these 3, we'll be dealing mostly with the high only, of course. But I promise that over the course of we have till the next pain point series come in 2024. Before that, we'll be answering all of that in that ways, all the queries in whatever way we can. Some of them are being already answered by Rajat and Raghu in the community itself. They have their own way of answering it. I don't interfere in that. So this is my way of answering it. So the query from Taluka Kagal district Kolhapur Maharashtra was management of clinic money, handling of personal money, understanding tax. So the simple answer is, if you don't know how to manage clinic money, the best way is the universal formula is 50, 30, 20. 50% goes to your needs, 30% goes to your wants, 20% goes for your retirement, investment planning, or plainly speaking, investments. Now, this is a formula which we say is after deducting your expenses, which means if you have earned 200 rupees, about 50% of that is presumed as your expenses and goes in your clinic expenses or professional expenses. So you carry home rupees 100 out of 200. Out of that 100, this is the way the budgeting is to be done: 50, 30, 20. 50 needs, 13 wants, 20 in your retirement plan. If you believe that 20 is less, which I also say for professionals, if we say 20, you can say 20, the 20% hota 100 ka. It's not 20%. If you look at the gross income, it is actually 10% because you're looking at 200 rupees. So 20 is 10% of your gross income. As a dentist, as a medical person, as a doctor, the simple endeavor should be that you understand we have 1 decade less than our normal colleagues, normal medical or normal, you can say commerce or humanities colleagues. They start their life at 22, 23, properly earning, and end up at 62, 63, properly around 38 to 40 years, I would say. We start 28, 29 properly, start earning reasonably till 30, 30, 32. Some may be lucky to start early, but Practically, we have 1 decade or 8 to 10 years less than them. How time matters, I'll show you in some of the slides, which I have placed strategically at the answers. In the practice management session, when I was answering them extempore. Here I've tried to fit in, as I said, the solutions and the answers along with the video links, along with the, you can say the video, you can say snapshots, and of course, along with any analogies if I have come across any. So if you're not happy with 50, 30, 20, as it is 10% of your gross income, I'm talking only of the investment part. Needs and wants are your choice. You can follow the Bhavdeep formula, which I have made in lockdown only, 45, 15, 40. I've taken 5 from your needs. We all can adjust that much amount from our needs, taken 50% or 15 from our wants, and added that 20 retirement investment or the investments for us, which means that we are doubling it. Technically, we are doing 20% of our gross income, and it is very, very easy to do it if we employ that formula. Now, having said that, the question is, for many is, sir, I'm not earning well from clinic. How do I even employ 50, 30, 20 or 45, 15, 40 also? I barely make 50 only. Net is 50 only. So that means I make 45 only total, means net, or gross 90 rupees only, not 200 rupees. I make 90 rupees only. 50% goes in professional expenses. I'm having 45 rupees in hand carry home, which is barely good enough to meet even my needs. My needs are rupees 50. I'm carrying home 45. So what to say? I can't even plan for my vacation. I can't even plan for my outing of dinners regularly. I can't even plan for any other thing, leave alone my own retirement, my own children's education, my social security. That is the reason I hate India, because India does not offer any social security. The question is, there are 2 types of individuals in this category. Those who actually don't earn, or those who earn who don't actually show it in their books. Those who don't show in their books, I'll deal with them later. So I'll deal with the first part first in these few questions. If you're not earning well, you need to look at the reasons for that. What are the reasons? If the reasons are that you have lack of footfall, lack of conversion, that means you are lacking in good marketing and good selling skills. Today, unfortunately, we live in a world which is full of information, which is full of noise. Open any social media, आपको content कम मिलेगा, ad ज़्यादा मिलेगा. But that is the true reality. Times change. COVID brought in the online education and everybody became a coach. Even scamsters made themselves or announced themselves as coach. People enroll in their programs and they get nothing. So the problem is that if you are doing good work, and that applies not only to coaches, it applies to every profession. The problem is very simple. If you are doing good work, it is your duty to reach out to your target audience. And if you're not reaching out to your target audience, then you are missing out on a huge amount of traffic. I simply ask people, do you have a website? No, sir. Are you present on social media? Yes, I am present on social media, but clinic का मेरा सिर्फ एक page है, clinic के profile नहीं है, मेरे patients नहीं है, Instagram पे I don't have. They have all sorts of answers. The bottom line is the clinic is not marketed anywhere. The skills are not marketed anywhere, which means they are oblivious to the public, which means they are hidden from the public, which means they are not visible to their target audience. Imagine someday you have good skills. Someday a patient comes in, gets a good, you can say medium to big ticket case, gets a good treatment done, pays you well. But before he leaves, he says, Doc, you don't know तुमने क्या मेरे पे एहसान किया है. Even after paying, some patients say this. I have been troubled by this problem since so long, but nobody seemed to have a solution for me. You gave me the perfect solution. You did the perfect treatment. I'm very happy and satisfied with your treatment. And before leaving, he always says one thing. I do have a complaint. Where the hell were you all these years? Why I could not find you? Because I was not marketing. The dentist was not marketing. Before you answer the patient, you look at the heaven. Thank you. Kisi ne to meri qadar dali. Somebody has put in a price on my effort. Somebody has appreciated my effort. But because you were not visible, you are missing out on an extremely huge amount of traffic. Today, not having yourself virtually present on the digital world is like missing a digital Aadhaar and a PAN. If you are not present on social media, if you are not having website, if you're not marketing. Now, when I say the word marketing, people always confuse that word with advertisement and promotion. Marketing simply stands for adding value, updating your public. Even I am doing this as a marketing activity. Now, this marketing activity is not giving me any result worth in monetary ways, but it is giving me visibility. It is giving me credibility that I know this job. If some of you have, you can say, posted your pain points, you trusted me that I could answer it. You have registered for it. You logged in to attend. Probably some of you attend my YouTube videos also. So you have logged in to attend and listen to me. Yes, this person can answer my query. So what marketing does is gives you visibility, establishes your credibility, and positions you as an authority on your subject. This is marketing. The definitions have changed, my dear friends. If you are still believing that marketing means promotion, DCI promotion karne nahi deti, get real. Anyways, DCI ke norms online pe abhi tak apply nahi hote. But of course, does not mean that you go, you can say, out of the book, out of the track for that. You still have to obey certain norms which have been put. But if you are educating your target audience, if you're visible to your target audience in the form of videos, blogs, audio podcasts, posters, infographics, whatever way, shorts, reels, if you're educating public, you're establishing yourself as an authority. Somebody might not be your patient, but he saw your reel. His friend or his family member had a pain. Wait. I have saved that reel. He's a doctor. He must be having his address. He must be having his website. Let me just check his reel. I saved that reel. He goes to that reel, saved it, and you get a patient out of that. This is just a very small example. We even don't understand. Now, if you are not visible, you are missing out on a huge amount of traffic because 80% searches begin today on smartphone. It is a huge number, 80. It would be more only. This is 2021 data. Today in 2023, I believe even 95%, 98% searches would be beginning on smartphone. So understand, if you are not managing clinic money because of less money, then the problem lies in not being visible to the public. Then handling of personal money, simple logic is pay yourself first. People ask me, what percent should I pay? What amount should I pay? See, you have to do a backward planning. If some of you remember, I had posted an article from Idea Times part 80, 2 days back, that in that I've given 2 examples of reverse planning. If I have to open up my clinic in 2027 and I'm today in 2023 doing a PG, how I would, you can say, get onto that track in a reverse planning or a backward planning mode. I've given 2 examples, one of 2027, one another example. So go through those examples. So once you know that this is the amount that I need, these are my fixed expenses, these are approximate variable expenses of clinic, and this much amount I want to keep. Let's suppose 30,000, let's suppose 30,000, let's suppose I minimum want to set on 20,000. So 80,000 is the bottom line. Now you go reverse. How many root canals you do? How many crowns you do on an average? Leverage those services. Make your target audience aware on those services which are paying for you in your clinic, and do a reverse planning and increase those services. And slowly increase charges of those services also. People increase all their charges without even understanding the bullshit. You actually may be doing 1 or 2 dentures in 1 month or 1 or 2 dentures in 2 months. What difference does it make even if you raise the charges? Hardly 2,000, 3,000 rupees. But if you do 10 root canals a month, you're charging 3,000, you raise 10%. You are easily getting 3,000 more out of those 10 root canals. And I'm taking a very minimum figure. Of course, who's doing root canal must be doing at least 30 to 45 root canals a month. That is a bare minimum for any established or a middle level clinic. Bare minimum 25 to 30 and similar number of crowns. Imagine the amount you can garner by, you can say, increasing those services or increasing those charges. But people don't realize it. Where is the money coming from is very important in this regard. Then the third question was understanding tax. See, the simple way I can say is, okay, enroll for my finance workshop. I am not here to do promotion of my courses here, which I never do in any of my webinars. You all know that. My simple way is just Google tax on my YouTube channel. You'll get this. I've just searched tax and you can find so many links. Some of the videos are as good as 2 years old. Importance and benefits of tax planning, tax saving or wealth creation, new changes in the Income Tax Act. This year, 2 very short videos. Why dentists don't pay income tax in India? Should I do it? Should I do HUF to save more tax? All these are old videos. Just Google tax on my YouTube channel. You'll get the answer. You'll at least get a head start. You'll get a knowledge of what tax is. But if videos don't give you any knowledge, you're free to join my workshop. I do finance workshop in November and May. So those are the times you'll have to wait for a couple of times. Maybe if you have steam till then, you can wait, or at least you can start your learning. I've time and again said that all the basic topics, whatever even I take in my workshops, the basic version, the basic startup version is on YouTube. The only thing you need to do is move your fingers, sit in a distraction-free zone and listen. Don't listen it on the go, because my videos are sometimes heavy on you. You require proper watching them couple of times to get proper imbibing of the concepts. Although I try to simplify that. And that is not all. Some of the videos are from 2020 also. Even calculating your tax liabilities, sources of income tax and deductions, finance basics, presumptive taxation, major changes in income tax in April 21. So many videos are there just for tax only. सिर्फ आप इतने देख लो कि टैक्स की बेसिक नॉलेज हो जाएगी सबको. Those who need knowledge on tax. Okay. So query from tier 3 city. अब tier of city में नाम पूछा तो लोग नाम भी नहीं डालते city का, anyways, personal choice. So attaching goal to each investment. When investment being diversified, track all of them in limited time. Not much aware of investment in stock market. Okay. So the only question is, when you have multiple goals, you need to be earning very well. And when earning very well, short-term goals are easily met with a current income. Now, somebody won't say that I want to pay my kids admission fees of nursery through a short-term goal if you are earning well. The thing is, you bring a child into the family when you are earning well. It is related to that. You don't say, बच्चा आएगा, हम पैदा कर लेते हैं, बच्चा आएगा, अपनी किस्मत लेके आएगा, हम अमीर हो जाएंगे. It does not happen with everyone. Of course, I believe that it may happen with some individuals. It happened with me also. My elder daughter, when she came, she brought in so much of luck for me. But yes, it's a matter of not in your control. So technically, people make a short-term goal, medium-term goal, long-term goal. Very good. Looks good on paper, looks good on book, but not very, very valid practically. Long-term goals, yes, they are in this which have to be done. You have to do it. Medium-term, yes, some of like kids' education. Was I disconnected? Okay. I think I was disconnected for a very, very short duration. So can you see my screen and hear me? Okay. Give me a thumbs up if you can see me and hear me. After updating the internet 2 weeks back, not even once it has broken down. It broke down today. Never mind. Just broke for a couple of seconds. That's okay. So thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay. So the medium-term goals, short-term goals, and long-term goals look good on paper. Maybe long-term are for sure true. And one of the premium goals is for your retirement plan, for your golden years of, or you can say after working. Some of the medium-term goals do hold value, especially your kids' education, but where also you need to kids' higher education. Where also, if you're aiming for a very, very high scale, like a, you can say education in a foreign university or abroad, those are the things where you can say be a co-partner with your son or daughter, where they can also pay the loan as they graduate. So education loan technically is a kind of good loan. If you don't want to take a loan, you always can plan in a way that you start saving for that also. In realistically speaking, in today's times, I don't believe, or I don't, you can say, wish that anybody has to splurge big on marriages. Once anybody splurges big on marriages, is actually, you can say, donating money without any cause, I would say. So let the kids decide what kind of life they want to live. It should be rather a simple marriage rather than a very pomp and show and a flashy marriage, as we North Indians are famous for. So we do it every now and then. But I believe that should not be a retirement goal for a marriage. Of course, for some communities, marriage is a big ground. For example, the Agarwal community, they have their own, you can say, system and customs where they need to make it for that. So it may not be universally applicable, but for short-term goals, not every goal you need to plan. You should rather insist that you earn well. You increase your practice to that level where you can meet your current goals with your, where you can meet your current needs or current short-term goals with your current income itself. So make your practice reach up to that level. Make your clinic earnings reach to that level, or unless you have other source of income. So you can't, or you should not attach goal to each investment. That should be that should be paramount. Medium term, yes. Long term, definitely yes. And the primary thing is long term is retirement. We need to simply understand we are not going to get any pension. 2% of Indians are in job, and all of them are not doctors. Leave aside those 2%, 98% of us dentists are not going to get any pension. So we have to make our own arrangement itself. And that is the primary requirement for every one of us. Second, when investments being diversified, track all of them in limited time. See, debt is a fixed thing. You don't need to track it. You'll get a limited thing. Hybrid is again a mixture of debt, hybrid, you can say a portion of that is in equity, a portion of that is in different, you can say, sectors. So hybrid should be tracked once in a quarter. For example, like the NPS. Now, equity is one thing which I encourage to, and you can say, track every month. Possibly, if possible, if your time allows, every week. This should be the, you can say, procedure of that. Now, the problem is, where does the problem come? The problem comes when you are invested in debt in mutual funds, hybrid also in mutual funds, and equity also in mutual funds. Then you say how to track, what to track. Just because a dentist has all the skills does not mean he's a specialist in all those skills. Similarly, even though you have mutual funds, does not mean those mutual funds are the specialists in those categories. So I have time and again stressed, as I said, I will be repeating few things again today. At the cost of repetition, I would say PPF is the new debt for me. People look at it at 7.1%. If you were to hold the parameters versus debt mutual fund, कि debt mutual fund भी 7% देता है, वो भी इतना देता है. Think from the taxation point of view. If PPF was taxed, then it would have been giving you 10.1 return. 30% tax on it, and you get 7.1 in hand. In debt, you get 6.5 to 7 without tax. So after tax is below 5. How can you even compare? Somebody would say, again, those things, the comparisons, we can easily break it, liquidate. Why do you need to break your debt? Emergency fund is for this reason only. If you need to break that, break in that sense. People say, I don't have a retirement plan. If you are at 25, 30, even 35, a PPF, an NPS, and equity mutual funds, along with gold. These 4 investments are more than good enough. More than good enough. These hold huge potential for you. In the afternoon session, I'll be showing you a slide which will give you a return of the corpus. Your retirement life can be sorted only through these 4. We don't even understand the potential. We look at investment that every investment should be liquid. The point is, if you want every investment to be liquid, why are you investing in them? Investment means you lock it. Lock the money which you may not need. Yes, unforeseen, unfortunate happenings do happen, which are rare also and don't happen with everyone. So if they have happened, then breaking an investment makes sense. Otherwise, your emergency fund and your current corpus, current income, current savings should be good enough to take care of that for any normal emergency. Yes, a big one, for example, somebody has you can say somebody's mother or himself or herself has carcinoma or CA, which requires huge amount of treatment. The first thing is you should have a medical insurance for that, or a critical illness coverage for that. There are separate plans giving you a huge coverage for such kind of illnesses at a very little cost. Having said that, those kind of emergencies, if they happen, you have to break your investments. You need to be insured first. So debt, equity, hybrid, gold. These are the 4 investments. Medical insurance, health insurance, life insurance, professional indemnity. These are anyways must. And of course, along with life insurance, an equivalent disability plan. So technically 4 investments, 4 bases and 4 basics. I have given this video many times. 4 bases and 4 basics. If you keep those 4 and 4 covered, you don't need anything else, which automatically answers the third question. Not much aware of investment in stock market. The problem is we have been told about this thing. Invest your part-time in stock market. Invest your part-time money in stock market. Earn a sleeping income out of it. If your ends are covered, you have a sleeping income, go ahead and learn. People are doing stock market as a full-time profession. You want to go into stock market as a part-time. If you are bored of your job, if you're bored of your clinic, and you bored of your family, and you still have lots of time, go ahead in stock market. That is a full-time profession. बाकी में तो थोड़ा सा रेस्ट मिल जाता है. वहां पे तो 9:15 से 9:15 to 3:30 you have to be like this, glued in front of the screen. It is not a part-time profession, but then it is not a hobby either. If you want to learn it properly and then venture into it. Without that, don't burn your hands. Somebody would boast, देखो मैंने इसमें इतना लगाया, I've got so much return from him. Sometimes we are lured towards that part. For long-term investment approach, 4 things are good enough. The problem is these are basics and we don't even cover the basics. And we are interested in the object. You can say shiny objects, which we always, I believe that, which are the glittery things in our life. So having said that, If you want to learn about goal setting, attaching your goals, again, search goal on my YouTube channel. You'll find these videos. Retirement and goals. You can say smart tips to set your financial goals, risk management and financial alignment with goals. There are so many videos and some of them are 2 years old as well. If you want to learn stock market, a few basics are there to learn along with a few rules. Just type stock and you will get at least these kind of videos on my channel. The question is, venture it into it if you are willing to risk yourself and devote your time. Full time. Then query from Kharghar, Navi Mumbai. I need investment planning for retirement. Would appreciate links to your earlier tax related AS 26 or 26 AS. Taxation understanding for the next year. The 2 methods to file for next year. Simply speaking, the first thing is I just gave the links for investment planning and retirement. And of course, I've written, just gave it in the previous images. And I've written a 3-part blog series on LTI. LTI is long-term investments. Just search in the FB group PhD, plugging the handicaps of dentistry. You'll find 3 parts of this. Dentist LTI as good as zero. The second part was in December, probably by December, all the 3 parts were published in the last year itself. So go to FB group PhD, just search LTI. मैंने भी यही search किया है, LTI. And you will get the answers. And you will get the answers to what all basic investments we need to do. The basics are good enough. The problem is we don't even look at the basics. The problem is when we lose time, we start to look at the short-term ways like cryptocurrency, like stock market, like commodity trading, and other things, like even like futures and options. Now they've started giving futures and options warnings also. 9 out of 10 lose money. And those who lose money is minimum 50,000. Log in on to any. The SEBI has given that mandate. Future and options has become so much risky in that regard. Coming back. So, posting links to your tax-related AS26. Just search 26 AS on my channel. You'll find a more than a year-old video. This was done last year on the mini day of education 1 on 30th of June, but posted a little late on 7th and 9th of July. Just search 26 AS. You will get to know what is the difference. 26 AS is now passé or a thing of the past. The thing now which is, you can say, applicable is AIS and TIS. Annualized information statement or tax information statement. This is the new 26 AS. Of course, 26 AS has not been fully done away with. It will still continue to remain till a couple of years. Probably after that, once the transition happens, then 26 AS will go away totally. Already AS is already having almost all the entries like 26 AS, barring a couple of them. Going back. So taxation understanding for the next 2 years, for the next year, the 2 methods. I believe the question is intended to the OTR and the NTR, the old tax regime and the new tax regime. The simple answer is, what is your focus? Focus means, are you interested in living in today? Are you interested in saving for your future? Fully knowing, very well knowing that you will not get any pension. Are you ready to live with that kind of insecurity? If yes, go in for NTR. If you want to save something for your future, you want to keep on doing what you have been doing, go in for or continue doing the old tax regime. From this year onwards, the current financial year, which is going on 2023-24, whenever we file the return next in July 24, we would be getting NTR as the first option. The new tax regime as the first option, because now that has been made as the default regime by the government of India. So if you don't want to save, you just want to save tax and spend your money, it's your choice. Frankly speaking, it doesn't make any sense that you pay less tax also and then you use that money to invest also. Then what will you live with? What will you have for your own spending? It doesn't make any sense. I've given this example before. I keep on giving my brother's example also. He was very confused. He had been doing his, you can say, return filing. He does his main entry of the return filing ITR 1 is very easy because Form 16, he's a salad guy. So his Form 16 is automatically converted into his return by the pre-filled in the return by Government of India itself or by the IT department itself. So what he said, he messaged me on 15th of July. He sent me all kinds of calculations, old versus new, old versus new. He sent me at least 8 to 9, you can say, images. And then he called me up. You didn't have a look at my images. Although the blue ticks are there, but I know. Because if you had looked at it, I would have got a reply or a comment or a feedback from you instantly. So I said, yes, I did not. Then what are you waiting for? 15 days are remaining. I said, I have a workshop on 22nd and 23rd, practice management workshop. I look into it afterwards. You will be doing everything at the end? Okay, no. I've done 80 to 90% work in the first week of April itself. I'm sorted. I know what all needs to be done. That is hardly, you can say, each return is hardly a 30-minute job for me now. After collating for some time, and just filing should not be easy because this year there were no capital gains. So the simplest ITR 1 and 4 were to be filed, no 2 and 3. If 2 and 3 were there, even I would have started 15th of July. Is it? I am very confused. If I opt for NTR, I am giving 30,000, or if I'm opting for OTR, conventional one, I have to give 20,000 or 30,000 more tax. In NTR, I am getting a refund of whatever advance tax he had paid, about 5,000 rupees refund. Technically, 30,000 differences, so I am getting an advantage in the NTR. Okay, no problem. Let me have a look. Once my workshop finished on 23rd, 24th, I started first with the easiest ones, returns for my wife, for my mom, for my extended family, whichever I had. And of course, those were done by 26th or so. Then at 26th, I said, I scheduled time with him, sat down with him for 1 hour on Zoom meeting, set up figures, checked out the corrections, cross-checked a few, gave him some homework. We'll meet after 2 days again, 28th. So I said, okay, fine. So 28th, we again met on Zoom, checked it out. And after finalizing the same investment, the same system, he said, the OTR is giving me 15,000 rupees refund, which he was supposed to pay 30,000 tax. And in NTR, he was getting 5K as refund. I made it 15,000 refund. Of course, there were corrections in that. He was not having a few deductions in that. Whatever you can say, the cheat codes are there. I know a couple of cheat codes to apply. Of course, don't ask me here, which I'm not going to divulge since this video goes on YouTube later, 6 months later. So I know a few things here and there. So I did that and he ultimately said 15,000. I said, okay, now this is sorted. And what was your question 15 days back? Let's go back to that. No need of that now. I'm already getting 15,000 rupees refund. Why would I bother even for an NTR? Said, इसमें इतना return refund आ गया, शायद NTR में भी ज़्यादा आ जाए. Then why? How? NTR does not allow any deductions. It allows only standard deduction and a couple more from a uniform allowance and other things. That I already filled in. After filling in that, I was getting 5,000 returns. In OTR, I've got 15,000 return refund. Why would the hell would I prefer NTR? That should I open those images now? No need, no need. Matter sorted without even opening. So sometimes you should, again, the problem is not in having a confidence. The problem is having a clarity over there. I know his numbers. मोटा मोटा मुझको पता है उसका number कितना होता है gross का. Because I ask for his, you can say, updated salary statement every 6 months or 4 or 5 months I get it. So I give a mental calculation that this much is his income going to be and this much his deductions and allowances are going to be. Yes, a difference every year because of DA is there, but Here lies the difference. You calculate it, you already have a calculation in the mind. So we plan it accordingly. So this is a thing you would say that you need to have a clarity what you need to live in. A salaried guy and his income is in, you can say, on the higher side, being a defense officer. So him also, he asked me, should I invest? He said, agar tumne NTR mein jana na, to agle saal isme invest mat kar. It doesn't make any sense that you invest also and don't avail OTR also. It doesn't make any sense. So if you have to go in for NTR, don't invest. But having said that, be prepared that you don't have any social security from now on. Whatever you have saved will continue to grow if you don't decide to take it out. But this will be there. So it depends upon your income, how much you want to show, how much you want to save, and how much security you want. I've already given you this blog. Just search LTI in the FB group PSD. And of course, 26 years on the YouTube channel. Next query is from Kundukur, Hyderabad, Telangana. So no clear picture on how much amount to spend on materials and high-end equipment. Problems of not having knowledge on modes of investing while saving money for establishing clinic in own premises. Not started yet for retirement. It is very beginning of my practice, so didn't think of that. When is the best time for that? Simple answer, 10% of gross income. How much you want to spend on materials and high-end equipment? See, materials are consumables. They anyways goes in expenses. Equipment or operating equipment, or you can say whatever you decide to buy, are your money back into the business. I follow the TWCGO formula for that. Now, what is the TWCGO formula? T stands for taxes, which you have to pay diligently. W stands for wealth creation, which means you have to invest. C stands for charity, which all of you know that we are running an NGO by the name of CFC, Can Fight Cancer. So we encourage that. G is general. General means your living expenses. And O stands for operation. The money you put back into business. As a thumb rule, you need to put in 10% of your gross income back into the business. Now, this is a formula which is a journal thumb rule. It does not mean that it has to be applied immediately. So, the question is, why are you investing in that equipment? Have you measured the correct return over investment potential for that? Do you have patience for that? Are you creating enough visibility for that product or service? Product means the equipment, service means what you're offering for your patients, in that. If not, you need to create a market for that first. Is your investment based on Facebook? We all happen to be affected by a Facebook syndrome. My neighbor bought it, my competitor bought it, so many are buying it. Let me go ahead. For example, presume I'm a prosthodontist, my major work is coming from dentures and root canals. Although I'm a prosthodontist, let's suppose. Just because I'm a prosthodontist, I don't need to invest in a scanner immediately. I'm doing less of implants, I'm doing less of crown and bridge, presuming for this situation. If my primary income is coming from dentures and root canals, do I need to invest in the rotary first, or do I need to invest in the scanner first? The simple logical answer would be rotary. People invest because of the flashy syndrome, because of the Facebook syndrome. They don't understand where the mechanics are going to be. Then they say, my investment is a dead investment. It is not giving me any revenue. Even if you buy it, you want to upgrade your services, you need to create awareness in your target audience. Are you making your, you can say, patients aware of those services? So that is the first question. The second is problems of not having knowledge on modes of investing while saving money for establishing clinic in own premises. Make that as a learning goal. Make that as a learning goal. Modes of investment, I've told you, just read those blogs. watch those videos. You'll get ample amount of knowledge to start. Not started yet for retirement? Better late than never. See that as infographic which I'm going to show you after this slide. So it is very beginning of my practice. Didn't think of that. Lucky that you should be feeling lucky that you posted this and got the answer. The best time to invest is now, and now. Better begin at the earliest. Why do I say that now? See this. You start at the age of 25 years. Your brother starts at the age of 35 years. You both start with 1 lakh rupees of investment at 10%. At first year, you get 1,10,000 and slowly the amount goes on compounding. You can say putting in 1 lakh each year and the amount goes up to in about you can say 33 years, you will have an amount of 2.70 CR. And somebody who's starting 10 years late, putting in the same amount, will have a corpus of 97 lakhs. Almost 1/3 just by starting 10 years late. In practice management, I always say, your focus is your biggest investment. When it comes to finance, your time is your biggest investment. I'll show you one more example of two brothers. You can say, learn the power of compounding with this. Consider Sudhir. He was 20 years old and he stopped investing after 10 years. His friend Randhir, not two brothers, two friends, started investing at the age of 30 years and goes on to invest until he reaches the age of 60. Sudhir did it for 10 years, but stayed invested till 60. 10 years, 60. Randhir started at the same amount till 60. So technically, Randhir's principal amount is 3 times. He did it for 10. He did it for 30 investment. Both, you can say, both held it till the age of 60. But his holding period was 40 years. His holding period was 30 years from the day he started. Okay. So let us see what difference does it make. And I've taken a very basic amount. Sudhir entered when he was 20. He stopped investing at 30. His investment was for 10 years. His holding period was 40 years. Randhir started at 30, invested till 60. His duration was for investment was 30. So principal amount was 30 years. Holding period was 10 years less because he started 10 years late. And the basic amount is 2,000 rupees a month. Just 2,000 rupees a month. So what did Sudhir invest? 1,20,000? 2,40,000 a year, 2,000 a month, 12 months, 2,40,000. He invested for 24,000 into 10, 2,40,000 for 10 years, 24,000 for 1 year. Randhir's amount was 2,000 for 1 year, for month, 24,000 for the year, 30 years, 7,20,000. Let's presume both had a return of 10%. See the amount. Randhir invested triple amount, but started 10 years late. His amount is 45 lakhs. And Sudhir just did for 10 years, but held it for 30 more. His corpus is 81 lakhs. The difference of growth is 34 times and 6 point sometimes. This is the power of compounding. Taken at a very meager amount of 2,000 rupees per month. You just given years to 2,000. So even if you don't have much money or big money, this is the prime example of starting small. Steve Jobs also started in a garage. Dhirubhai Ambani started on a petrol pump. None of them had an established business. This is the power of knowing how you can start when you are small. So Sudhir has made more money even though invested money. But advantage was more. Compounding, when it takes off after 20, 25 years for this amount. For a good amount, it will take off after 15 years also. When it takes off like a supersonic jet or a rocket, I would say. The only thing it did not redeem and let the money grow. The units kept on doing, and the difference is 6 times and 34 times. So you can take a snapshot of this slide. This will be a very, very, you can say, a guiding map for you. People who believe मेरे पास पैसे नहीं है, मेरे पास पैसे नहीं है, 2000 से start कर लो, 5000 से कर लो, 10,000 से कर लो per month. Imagine the amount you can end up with. Am I visible and audible? I can see some of the screens frozen. Visible, audible? After this, if you want to, and we go on to the next problem. So the best time to start is now. Every time is the best time. The only thing is audio interrupted, screen is frozen. Can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, see me. Thank you. Rishabh, check at your end, please. Thank you. So, query from Pune, Maharashtra. Last query for today, for the morning session. Yes, rightly said by sir, the faster the money comes, the faster it goes. I really don't know how to handle my finances on a daily basis. And since 10 years, I feel I am still in a crisis mode only. I still have not got the answers. Sir's videos are at length, but haven't gone through it completely as yet. None of us is a born financial planner or a finance manager. And we do not acquire that skill properly also. We rely on a few YouTube videos to gain knowledge. And that is what is our basic pitfall. Finance planning, finance investing is a proper skill. You don't need to do a CA to learn it, but you can do a proper course to learn it. If YouTube videos can teach everyone everything, then everybody would have learned from YouTube only. So the simple thing is investing. I know what to do, but how to do? The simple answer is you don't know what you don't know. If you have heard about something, it does not mean that you know that thing. You have heard about that thing, you're acquainted with that term, but you don't know. If you knew that, you would know how to do it also. It's as simple as that. So learning and knowing, or knowing and doing, are two different things altogether. I still haven't got the answer. The difference lies, for the second point, the difference lies in the 4 C's. You need to have a clarity first. What you need to do, how you need to do. What is your goal, how you intend to reach that goal, which is the vehicle for that goal. Then you need to have a capability. Capability means you update your skills, upgrade yourself, learn those things properly. Competency. Some people believe they have capability acquired through YouTube. Competency. Now, some would say capability and competency mean the same thing. There is a difference. Competency means to do a thing competently or skillfully. Capability means knowing to do it. Competency means knowing to do it skillfully. And courage. You have the clarity, you have the competency, you have the capability, but you don't have the, you can say, the heart to invest, the courage to go ahead. If you don't have the courage to go ahead, remember, first ask which C you are at first. Is it the lack of clarity? Because if the clarity was there, then you would have been able to, you can say, do it. If you have the skills, as you said, you know it. I may be wrong in judging you. If you said you know it, can you do it skillfully? If yes, you can do it skillfully, then develop the courage to take a step. Who said invest 1 lakh immediately? Start with a small amount as per your risk appetite, 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, whatever your risk appetite is, go ahead. And if you understand which C you are at, you will get your answer. The only thing is, you know the answer already. You know the answer in the form of my videos, but still you don't realize that if the solution is in there, you are not watching them. You are losing out on precious element, time. By not watching, by not learning properly, all of you are losing out on the most valuable asset in finance, time. And I just show you examples of time. And with this, let me just get to the head point. So this is mainly it for the morning session. So what is the task for you now? Let me go to the task for you. So thank you, first of all. So the task for you is, your homework is give back to the community or society. Post your top 3 to 5 takeaways from the morning session in the WhatsApp group. Wherever, of course, the community WhatsApp group, only finance group. Do it right now. Writing is the best form of learning. Cement your learnings, whatever you had in the past 1 hour or so from me. And I'm sure there would be ample learnings. And everybody would have different set of learnings. It's when you share those learnings, each one of us can go and learn from each other's learnings, imbibe each other's knowledge. And of course, you know about the community in the Facebook, on the Facebook also, PSD. You know about this also. If you have a problem in finding the YouTube channel, the shortened link is bit.ly/DrBDS or youtube.com/c/Dr. So social media all is by my name only. Twitter has now been changed to X. It is no longer Twitter. So again, everywhere it is the same. So do send me your feedback. Of course, more than feedback, I would encourage your top 3 to 5 takeaways in the WhatsApp community. So what is coming up? Coming up at 2 p.m. is this session. Coming up at 8 p.m. would be this session. And these 2 sessions, I'll be starting on time. I have a night train to catch before I leave for, you can say, Vijayawada. I have my flight early morning. So I'll be finishing up the session exactly at 9:50, between 9 to 9:15 or so. And I am unmuting every one of you. So for any questions, for any next 5-10 minutes, we are going to take up any questions. If there are, you can unmute yourself and ask any questions from the topics discussed so far. If your query has not come up, please let it be there. Don't ask your queries which are supposed to be, which you already posted and which would be there taken up, which I will be taking up. But of course, if there are any queries from things discussed so far, you can unmute yourself now. I've changed the settings, and ask me anything which is not clear. Switch on your camera and ask me anything which is not clear.
So my clinic is almost 3 years old, and I'm having issues with the footfall. There are months where I am doing pretty well, and then there are months which really dips. It just dips. At times it's difficult to get the rent also. So I'm under this confusion that whether I'm doing good or whether I'm not doing good. And there are months where I'm doing very well. And of course, keeping everything in mind, I try to keep some money away for these kinds of bad months also. But then after 3 months also, 3 years also, we were told that give 1,000 days to a business and it should be like regular follow-ups and regular footfalls. So am I doing something wrong, or I'm not very sure about this? Can you just clarify something on this?
Okay. So just hear me out for the next 5 minutes. I'm going to give you, you can say, a combination, or you can say a crisscross connection between a few things. Before I go ahead and answer your question, are you marketing yourself?
So marketing as in like I have an Instagram page where I try to post my cases, whichever cases I feel are being done well. I try to post them. I have a YouTube channel also. To be very honest, I am not very I'm not updating it very often. I started with brushing techniques and every education based videos for my patients. I tend to send links to specific patients for specific videos. Like if there is somebody who's having issues with the brushing technique, I try to send the link to that particular video to them. But I'm not emphasizing my patients much on subscribing to it or posting regular videos on it. I
Okay.
have Facebook page. Again, everywhere. Google, I try to get as many comments and as many remarks as possible.
Feedback website?
I do have a website, but then again, the SSL and all that is being done by somebody else, so it lags sometimes.
Okay. Okay. Just hear me out and then try to make a combination or the connection between two, three things. See, were you there when I started the session? I explained about you can say the marketing and the credibility part. Okay. So some of us want to market. Some of us believe paid marketing is the best way. Indeed. No doubt about it. Paid marketing is also known as performance marketing these days. Means it performs. It is a performer anyways. Now, just try to establish the correlation. A new restaurant has opened up in your area. All of us order through Zomato, Swiggy, some sooner or later, or you can say once a week or twice, once in 2 weeks. A new restaurant has opened up in your area. And you have been ordering from a restaurant you are very familiar with, you know it, your kids enjoy it or whatever, your family enjoys it. And suddenly you can say near me, restaurants near me, that list now has that new restaurant. So better wear helmet. So that new restaurant, what do? You go and check out what kind of reviews are there first. You don't check out the pricing. Check out the reviews. How is the food? How is the service? How is the quality? How is the packaging? How is the delivery? All those things. And if you find that, yes, good reviews in all those matters, then you go up and check out the price list. Or sometimes people check the price and then seek reviews. The sequence can be different, but usually people always correlate these two things. Now, when you are checking reviews, you are seeking validation. 1 point. Let's keep it aside. Online restaurants usually who are delivering have more or less the same price. Give or take 5-10% here and there because competition. If they can't reduce their you can say price, what they reduce is their packing container. I know so many restaurants, they say this is the container if somebody orders direct from us. This is the container if somebody orders with Zomato and Swiggy. Because 28% to वही ले जाएंगे Zomato and Swiggy वाले. I can't give it at same price. Or I can't escalate it because of the competition. So what they do is they smartly reduce the quantity. So keep this also aside. Now, by going to that review or the feedback section, you are seeking validation. Somebody does a paid ad, gives an ad. For example, these are the services. Please visit our clinic, Dental Smiles, Dental Clinic, whatever name is. So now I'm a patient. I came across your ad. I will first search. Who is this Dr. Ankush? Just using your name as an example. Okay. Who is this Dr. Ankush? Let me check him out. I Google Dr. Ankush Bhatia. I find good validation. Okay. He has good YouTube videos. That means he's in credibility and authority on the subject. Let me check out his website. The website has good before and after. One of the prerequisites I always mention is have a virtual or a 3D tour kind of a thing for your clinic and place it as a short video. Don't want a professional one. Let anyone from your family, because the kids and family are very smart. Let someone in your family record it and place it on your website, or through your website provider, you can do it. Virtual tour, before after cases, and Google reviews or testimonials on your website as well. Whatever Google reviews you are having, that is separate, transfer them or copy them on your website also. So your three things: virtual tour, your before after means cases, and your reviews, give a sense of validation to your patient that yes, I can trust my teeth, my health with this doctor. He is worthy of trusting. This is where the role of marketing comes in. Now, whatever you're putting in your website, before after cases, or whatever you're putting on your YouTube, or whatever you're putting on your Instagram via your cases, that is not a paid stuff. Paid is what you did via Google ads or YouTube ads or Facebook ads or whatever Instagram ads, you did it, performance marketing. It has, you can say, targeted those individuals who you specified would be your target patients. It did that, and those patients, when they came into your net, they tried to seek validation. They got validation on your social media and your website, and they believe that yes, we can trust them. So this is how the chain works in combination. The organic means जो जैसे हम लोग वीडियो डालते हैं, पोस्ट डालते हैं, इन्फोग्राफिक डालते हैं, these are organic content, organic presence. YouTube channel is your organic presence. It is not paid. So that organic content will give you validation, or will give your patient a validation कि वो paid में जाए, he'll buy from you. The simple reason, even those who say my paid ads are not working, is they are not organically present well enough. पेशेंट को वैलिडेशन नहीं मिला कहीं से, मैं नहीं जानता कौन है, कहीं है ही नहीं आता पता, क्या पता पैसे लेके भाग जाए, क्या पता कैसा काम करता हो, we don't know. Simple one line rule: nobody is going to buy from you the first time they come across online. They will seek validation. So remember, if you are not marketing yourself, having said that, I'll repeat it. Marketing does not mean only ads, publicity, promotion. Marketing means value addition, educating your target audience, adding something in their lives. I am doing this value addition in your life. This is my marketing only. Because once this video goes on YouTube after 4 to 6 months, people are going to respect me as an authority. They know it. He knows this subject. He knows this about consent. He knows about practice management. He knows about finance. So I am being established as a credible authority, or giving me credibility and authority as well. So this is how this reaction works. Somebody puts in too much of organic, doesn't go in for paid. He said marketing does not work. You have to complement organic with paid. Somebody puts in only paid but has nil organic. People don't get validation. How is that going to work? So it works in combination. And the bridge for that is Google reviews and website. It is easier said than done. Social media on one side, website, Google reviews in the middle, and paid marketing or paid ads on the other. So if you are not doing either of the three correctly, as you said, paid marketing you are not doing, this is you are not updating, this you are not putting regular content, you know where the fault or where the answer lies for you. Get the answer? Okay. So you have to put in some effort to get results. At least some
Right.
efforts initially. Okay.
Right. Thank you.
Okay. Any more queries?
Sir, you have already stated this point in finance workshop, but I just want to remind, sir, once we have if we have gone to new tax regime, we can go back to old tax regime, and you told us how many times we can.
Once.
Okay. Yes.
Only once you can shift back.
Okay.
As of now, it is once. Tomorrow they change it. You never know. As of now, it is once. That as many as time was presumptive and conventional.
Right, sir. Yes, sir.
That was, the traders had a lock-in of 5 years. We don't have a lock-in of 5 years for presumptive and conventional. Those both are a part of OTR. This
Yes.
is between NTR and OTR, irrespective of the method you are using. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, any more queries? Or we are done? Okay, then see you at 2 p.m. sharp for session number 2. And please do your homework. Post your top 3 to 5 takeaways for your community. Let it be your marketing activity for today. Let it be your marketing activity for today, for yourself. Okay. Bye-bye. Take care. Have a great day of learning as well. Bye-bye.